Hey, all you zealots and zerglings, it's been a long while, but I have another 3 West Classic game for you. It's been forever, but we're getting to the end of the round robin stage, and one of the players who's right here in this game is pretty much the only one that has left to play any of his series with the rest of us. There's another series that doesn't involve him, but when you only got one guy that needs to play games, it makes it hard to do, and when everyone gets together, no one wants to play, which also could be some sad news. His interest in continuing this tournament seems to be waning. They're like, no, we can keep going, and then I said, you want to play some games? No, I'd rather do something else. So this may be the last game of the 3 West Classic, I don't know. If you want to see more of this tournament though, thumbs up this video. If we can get enough, maybe we can convince these schmoes to keep this thing going and maybe actually get into the bracket section. But we have Game 1 against myself, MadHive, spawning here on the southwest corner of Xel'Naga Caverns as the purple Zerg, and in the northeast corner we have Mike as the orange Protoss. What kind of build is he going to have? What kind of build am I going to have? Who knows? Let's get the production tab up so you can kind of keep an eye on what's going on here. And it looks like we got a standard gate from Mike. Now, I've seen a lot of late where Protoss are doing a lot of Forge Fast Expand. This map, really hard to do because there's just such an open space here. There's no way you can really wall it off, but if you have clever building placement, you can still manage it, and I've seen it done. I don't know if any of us have that kind of skilled building placement, so we may not be seeing that. What we are, however, seeing is that I am not yet built anything. Oh, it looks like I'm sending a drone out to grab my... Yep, I'm going to be grabbing a fast expand. I wasn't expecting any pressure. So I was like, well, we'll grab a fast expand, and there is also no probe block, so I don't even have to worry about that. So no pool up yet. I'm going to be max econ for a little while here. But what is Mike going to be up to? He is not spending his chrono boost, which means if we currently check in the income tab, we are tying harvesters. At this point in the game, a Protoss can easily get a lead on both Terran and Zerg because of these chrono boosts. That until Zerg gets a spawning pool up, he can't inject larvae, and well, Terrans always got mules, but they of course have to get an orbital up for that, and it doesn't really change their harvester count, but it certainly changes their income by a large majority. And getting up his gas, a little late on that gas. He's not going to be able to. He's not going to have enough gas for warp gates, and going double gas, so he's going to be a little behind on his warp gate technology because his core is just about done, and he does not even have any ability to mine gas yet. But he won't even be able to get up a stalker yet, so a little late on that gas timing. He needs to get probes in there right away so he can get a stalker, so he can get a sentry. If there was a 6 pool coming, he could already be toast. He does 2 zealots, a 3rd on the way. Well, okay, maybe he could hold a 6 pool because you know Zerglings are so weak to zealots. But if there was, say, a roach timing coming, it could come anytime in the next couple of minutes. He would not be able to stop it. He needs to get that gas up. He needs to get warp gate started. His warp gates are really late. He's getting a 2nd gateway up. He could... Well, he can't afford a 3rd yet, but it's probably because he's not chrono boosting his pros. He doesn't have an economic lead yet. And I've got 2 queens on the way. Metabolic boost is already on the way, so I'm already starting with my upgrades. And he's only just starting his warp gate technology. And he's going to be quickly behind in the harvester count because I have 2 hatcheries now that can start pumping out drones, and I'm about to have 2 queens that can start injecting them dar larvae, and that is a beautiful thing. Queen's out. Instead of doing the inject, I decided to poop a creep tumor. I wanted to get that creep spread started. So that queen is going to be a little slow on the inject, but this injection has started. I'm starting to build up quite a bit of minerals though, so maybe it would have been a better idea to get those let's get that production tab up there, to get those injects started so I can start spending some of this money. And it looks like I got some lings out here trying to scout, see if he's expanding yet. I don't know if that's close enough to see an expansion. It probably is, but yeah, there's no expansion here. And he's got 3 zealots and a stalker, but yeah, there's no way these are going to take it on. But he's got them on the ramp, so I'm not even going to get a good... I did not even get a good look on what he's got going. I didn't see any of his production facilities. Got a 3rd gate on the way. Warp gate technology still not done yet. Pumping out a couple of stalkers. Might want to consider some sentries. But, you know, a little bit of lings poking around is pretty normal. I thought I saw an Evo chamber go down. Yeah, that's going down, but I don't quite have the gas for that yet. I've actually been playing a few games today, and, well, I've been having trouble getting my Evo chamber up too early and not having the gas to get any upgrades yet. So I got to work on my Evo timings, definitely, but I'm getting some lings up. Got one of the watchtowers. Really need to get someone on this other watchtower, however. And, oh, looks like, as we speak, here goes a link to that watchtower. So we're going to have the whole center of the map covered. What do we got going here? Whoa, we got a lot going on here for Mike. He's got a robo facility on the way and a forge. So, what's he going to be going here? Don't have a good fix on his build yet. So far, it's just Zealot Stalker and not a lot. This is a very small army for one base Protoss. If you're going two base, I can understand he's putting money into a Nexus and maybe some extra pylons or some buildings to form a wall and building probes, which he is still not using that Chrono Boost. It's going to put him behind. And meanwhile, I've already got my Lair Tech up. He is just getting ready to drop down the Nexus. Oh, I do have an Overlord here, but I can't see this. I will see when he starts mining those patches there on the right, but that's all I'm going to see. And finally have some gas for my +1 armor upgrades. Getting that creep spread going, kind of pushing it out here. I need to get some more over here so I can see everything coming from all directions. Oh, I do have an extra queen out now for getting that creep spread up, because that is what you... Whoa, the queens are in a conga line. Dun 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 dun. Hey, dun 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 dun. Tumor. Well, that just sounded disturbing. That was disturbing and wrong, and I apologize. The expansion about halfway done. Looks like he started sending a probe out there to long distance mine. Let's check the income right now. He is way behind on workers and way behind on income. He's got more gas income because I was so late on my gas, apparently. Army size. Army size, he's behind in the army size too. We take a look. Yeah, he's got actually his army supply gone ahead of me now? Oh, that was just a unit count. So he does have a bigger army count, but he is definitely behind the economy, and he's only just getting expansion up. And now I've got my Zerglings working on these rocks, which means I'm about ready to take a third. Creep spread's pushing out. Looks like armor's almost done. Looks like I'm getting that pneumatized carapace, so my overlords can just scoot around the map like there is no tomorrow. But it's still a pretty timid game. No one's poking around. I do have vision of the watchtowers. I probably should be a good idea to kind of send a couple lings in here just to poke around, see what he's got going, see what his army composition is. Really heavy stalker, which is bad for ling play, but I don't really have that many lings right now either. And getting an immortal out. Yeah, there goes a ling scouting right there. I didn't get a good look at what he saw, but I did see there were some stalkers, and that was obviously where his units were. And still, I'm still looking. Oh, looks like I have. Oh, and now I have scouted that expansion, so I know he's got an expansion there, but I am about getting ready to take a third. Those rocks are going to go down now. Any minute that third is going to start. And oh, he's got an observer floating around the maps, poking around. Oh, and there is a spire on the way, but he probably does not know that this is here. Of course not. He has not even scouted my main yet. He is going to see my lings poking around the map, but he hasn't even scouted my main yet. I'm not sure what this observer is looking for. He's going to try to be looking for my third. Is he going to spot that? Here goes the drone, so he will probably spot this. Yes, he is definitely going to spot the third. He's going to know the timing of that if he's paying attention. And he doesn't want to get too far behind in the macro. Got +1 Zergling attack. I got another queen coming for my new hatchery. I think that's what it's for. More creepers. Oh, I got 2 hatcheries going up. Oh, I'm gonna get a macro hatch up. So that's what that extra queen is for. So I can get that going, because oh, it's just so much money. And that's all we're thinking about. Check the income tab. He's catching up in income, but he's still behind, and he's still well behind in the worker count. And is he using those chrono boosts? He's not using those chrono boosts. He needs to dump these chrono boosts into workers, into units. You know, he needs to dump it into workers, because he does not. I mean, yeah, he could float less money, but he needs to get more workers. That way he can float more money, and that way he can make more units. And oh, and he's got a changeling poking around in his base, and he does not see this. Doesn't see it, and that creep spread is pushing out across the map. You don't want that creep to get too far. And oh, this zealot's gonna non-zealot is just gonna say here, hey guys, Tassadar, Artanis, yeah, for Ire, yeah, that's all good stuff. And oh, we got Mutalisks out on the map. How many Mutalisks are there? 7 Mutalisks. That's enough to do some decent harassment. Oh, he's got 2 Stargates on the way. 1 already done, so it looks like he's going to be switching up into air. Did he spot that spire? Did he spot that spire? No, of course not. He didn't even scout my main. Although he is scouting my expansion, right? You know, he's going to see my natural. Not going to know anything other than that there's a base here, but he already knows I have a third, so it's pretty obvious there's going to be a second base right there. And it looks like, oh, he's getting ready to take that expansion. He's busting down those rocks. And my changeling should be able to see this if I'm paying attention. I don't know if I was paying attention. I wish I had, because then I would know that he's definitely busting down those rocks. He's going to take that expansion, drop down some pylons. And he's got that observer floating over my lings, but he's still not scouted my main. He has no idea what tech is on the way. And he's got Mutalisks just kind of hanging out here just outside his third. And it looks like I must have seen that. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, I must have seen that. And here come the lings. He's going to have to cancel that, definitely. But at the same time, he's going to have Mutalisks in his natural, so he's got to be hitting on 2 flanks. And now his units are out of position, and he's going to lose a lot of probes. Oh, and here come the Stalkers. They're going to force the Mutas, but it's going to force the Mutas. Oh, they're going to snipe another one. There's going to force the Mutas into his main where there's no defense. He's trying to make four Void Rays, but they're going to be a little late. He's losing more probes. If we check the units lost, he's lost 1,000, 1,050. He's losing all sorts of money. And, oh, well, here's the first Void Ray popping out. And the second Void Ray, got to get those Mutalisks out of there. There's too much anti-air. Run, little Mutas, run. Oh, and he's going to get 2 of those Mutas and another one that's really, really squishy right now. But I am up on 3 bases. I really need to get this more saturated, though. I'm definitely behind the saturation. I need to start I need to dump some Overlords out. I mean, I've just got to get things going right now. But I do have 1-1. I don't have any level 2 upgrades starting yet. Don't have any upgrades for my Mutalisks yet. And it looks like I'm going to be busting down the rocks at my gold expansion. And that creep spread, the creep spread is all the way over to this corner of the map. It's moving in on his gold. If the creep gets here, he won't be able to take this base, although he has yet to be successfully take this base yet, as he was forced to cancel it as because some lings caused him a bit of problems. And those rocks are down, so we can start throwing down another expansion. We check the income tab, and 61 to 35. He is way behind right now, but whoa. Losing an Overlord, it looks like. It must have been an Overlord. Oh, I think it was an Overlord over here. He put up all these cannons in the back. But still got an Overseer here, though. He put these cannons on the back, but he's got no cannons right here right now. So that place is still vulnerable, and now I'm getting 6 Overlords out. Level 2 armor for my Zerglings. Infestation Pit coming up. Is that going to be for Infestors, or is that going to be for Hive Tech? We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't know, but he's dumping down a lot of cannons. He's really afraid, but he really needs to start putting money into workers. He's got no money, he's got no workers, and he's got a fair-sized army, but if we check the units counts, he's got 21 Stalkers going against 61 Lings and 61 upgraded Lings, and he has no upgrades yet. He's got no upgrades on the way, and I don't even think he can afford it right now, although he is floating a lot of gas, which tells me he needs more probes so he can get more minerals. He needs more bases. Oh, it is not looking good for Mike right now. He's going to try to take this expansion yet again. Hopefully he can get it up because he needs them their money, and it looks like I'm finally like, I need to start dumping some upgrades, so let's get a second Evo chamber. 9 more Mutalisks on the way. It looks like I'm getting that Hive. What kind of Hive tech am I going to be going for? I got the Spire. Could I be going Broodlords? Just might be Broodlords. Or maybe I'm just going to get my level 3 upgrades. Although I don't have level 2 upgrades coming yet, so that would be a bit premature. Looks like I'm sending in a Ling. I've scouted him once again, seeing that this expansion is going down yet, but it is not down, so I know he's still on 2 bases. I mean, I've got a bunch of Mutalisks. Wow, I got a lot of Mutalisks now. That is 24 Mutalisks. And no upgrades yet. Am I getting any? I'm not getting upgrades for my Mutalisks. I'm usually good at getting upgrades about my Mutalisks, but I kind of forgot that. And it looks like he's trying to do 4 Stargate now, but off of 2 base, it's just not going to have the money, and it's going to be really hard to get them out when his buildings are unpowered. But 1 Void Ray does get out, but dies almost instantly. And here come 4 more Void Rays, but this is a lot of Mutalisks, and one of the Void Rays is really, really squishy right now. I must have missed that attack before, or no, maybe that was when I was attacking before. Yeah, and he killed a couple of my Mutas. I think that's when that Void Ray got so banged up, but all the Void Rays are gone now, and the gates are unpowered. And he's got 2 just sitting here like, why did this temporal rift suddenly stop? And look at the creep spread now. It is now encroaching on his 3rd. What is he going to do about that? He can no longer take his gold. He's got to push these creep tumors back, but where's his observer? His observer is still sitting over the watchtower. He almost needs to use that to start killing these creep tumors that are encroaching on his base. But oh, that's not the biggest problem with encroaching on his base, because he's got a bunch of Zerglings at here. And at the same time, he's got Mutalisks coming in his back door. It's gonna start unpowering his gates, his Stargates again, but these Zerglings are gonna get cleaned up fairly quickly. Oh, now I'm getting some upgrades. Level 2 attack, level 3 armor for my Zerglings. And whoa, 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 122 Zerglings on the way, plus 1 armor for the Mutalisks, which are currently wreaking havoc with his air supply. And he's going to lose a couple of stalkers because they didn't have reinforcements in time, and he's going to try to push in there, but is that too many stalkers for my mules to take? I seem to think so, so I'm just going to pull back. Oh, and I'm going to snipe that Stargate. Oh, snipe 2 Stargates on my way out. That's like slap in the face. And those 122 Zerglings are done. How many pages 122 Zerglings? I'm going to like break the game. There's so many Zerglings in that control group. 123 Zerglings. And oh, we're not seeing Broodlords. We are going to see an Ultralisk Cavern. I have been putting money into my ground melee upgrades, so I'm going to have +3 armor, +2 attack for those Ultras. They are going to be super beefy, because here's what I was thinking. I knew he did not have much of an air force, because if he had, he would have wiped my Mutalisks off the face of the earth. So I was not worried about air. I knew I had enough Mutalisks to take care of whatever air force he could push out at this point, especially since he's on pretty much on 2 bases. He cannot get this third up. His income is still way behind, 39 harvesters to 55, which is actually kind of low. I need more harvesters right now. But I think at this point I kind of lost track, and I didn't want to stop to count how many I have. Oh, we got those Adrenal Clans coming from the Zerglings. The Ultralisk Cavern is almost done. Are we going to start seeing Ultralisks produced yet? Whew, and he's got 3 Stargates coming back up. He wanted to keep getting those Void Rays, but I don't know, with all these Mutalisks are keeping his Void Ray numbers down. I don't know if this is a good choice for him. Oh, and here comes that chitinous plating, which makes those Ultralisks just monstrous tanks, and 5 Ultras are on the way, but I can't make any more because I am literally full. I cannot make a single additional Ultralisk. Probably could take care of... Whoa! Those Zerglings are paying homage to that Xel'Naga watchtower. But, man, look at this creep spread. And now I'm throwing a hatchery up here, which I don't really need the money, as you can see. I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to take this base. I think I got my Mutalisks kind of parked here, so I know this base is taken. So I know he's on 3 bases max. And not a very well-saturated base, and he's having a hard time keeping it. And whoa, here comes a complete infestation of Zerglings, and he does not have anywhere near enough to take care of this. And he is going to lose that third once again, just when it looked like he might actually get it established. And all those probes, those precious probes, he has so few. And here come the Ultralisks, which are like, wait a minute, guys, we can't attack anything. So those Ultralisks, 3-2 Ultralisk, chitinous plating is almost done. But he's going to send a Void Ray over there, and none of these guys can shoot up. But Void Ray's over there, Mutalisk's over here, and he's still trying to pump out those Void Rays. But at this point in the game, he's going against Hive Tech. There's no way he's going to be able to get enough Void Rays to take care of this. And going right for that pylon. He needs to get more pylons on those so that they can't be stopped so quickly. But this is looking bad. And wow, that Cyber Core has been unpowered for a while, I think. But I think you can still build Stalkers regardless. But, oh, it's going to live, and oh, and he is going to throw in the towel. So Game 1 is going to go to me. Game 2, I don't know if Game 2 is going to come or not. It has not yet been played, and we'll just have to see if we can get him. If you want to see more of these games, thumb it up so we can have more 3 West Classic. Get in the brackets and see who's going to win, although I think part of the reason is people think they already know who's going to win. But I won't get into those discussions. I hope you enjoyed this game, and have a day.